Aloha. I'm just going to give a basic layout for all the major chords, and then I'm going to do the minor chords. Consider this video a lesson on how to tell the difference between your major and minor. When I'm counting these out, I use the alphabet. I don't go to an H. All I have is A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. In the key of A, I would have sharps. In the key of G, I have sharps. In the key of F, I have flats. What happens is we use a methodology of calling certain notes, certain names, just so it's easier to remember and talk amongst other musicians. Long story short is, as long as you know the tones and your instrument's in tune, everything's copacetic. So this is going to be a C major. We're going to take our first finger, put it at the 3rd fret, and play all 3 of the other strings open. When I want to make a C minor, I'm going to do almost the opposite. I'm going to cover the top 3 strings and then place my 3rd finger on the 5th fret. Just so happens with the C major, G is the 5th. C, D, E, F, G. Meaning, I don't really have to put my 3rd finger over there to get that high G because it's already in the chord. However, when I do scoot up to like a C sharp minor, it just doesn't work. You need that note cover. The reason being is these 2 notes are unison. The one over here on the 3rd fret is going to be the same as the one on the 5th fret. So in the key of C major, I go to C minor like this. With the D major, I have almost the same barring technique that we use for the C, except I do it here on the whole 2nd fret. If I were to play all of the notes on the 2nd fret and play them all down together, it would be called a B minor 7. I don't want that top string, the A string, being played as a B. I want it to be open as an A. So I lift my finger, and I have these 3 at the bottom being done as a D. So I've got my A note, my D note, and my F sharp, which makes up my D major triad because D has 2 sharps. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D. Get rid of my 2 and my 4. I got D, F sharp, and A. That's what I have. This A down at the bottom is like the A open, just the same as A at the top here, the 1st fret is A at the B, B flat, B flat, B, B, C, C, so on and so forth. So what we're looking at right here is the D major. Since I know that I've got D, F sharp, A, if I flatten that F sharp from this note to this note, I take that flat and then play this. So I've got all flat here with this note being open. Now I have these 2 are being flat, and I put my 1st finger down right here. I can either choose to play both of these bottom notes together, or I can use 2 different fingers. Either way, you're playing the F here, you're playing the D right here, and you're playing the A right here to give you a D minor. Thusly, since this was a C minor, you can move it up a whole step and get a D minor. But remember, you need to play this top unison note, or else it might sound weird, depending if you're not in C or G. Okay, so that's your D's. We're going to the E now. E is going to be like the D, except we're going to play that D with our 3rd finger, scooted up a whole step, so which means you're going to miss that middle 3rd fret, go to the 4th fret. Same thing where you want to play all 3 of these down, which means you're going to have a B right here, you're going to have an E right here, and a G sharp right here, played with 1 finger. Our 1st finger is going to then play the B on the 2nd fret, giving us this. You can notice if you move your D major with that open A and all 3 covered all the way up, you get a weirder sus type of chord. When I lay down my 2nd finger, let me get that middle finger out of the way. I get these bottom 3, bottom 3 and that top. Yeah? When I do an E minor, I like this chord a lot. I just move this G sharp down to a G. It's linear. We take our 1st finger, put it on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger, it's going to be on the 3rd fret, a string down, and then our 3rd finger is going to be on the 4th fret, a string down from that, thusly giving us a B, G, and an E, which is not a G sharp, but a G, meaning minor, because we lowered the 3rd. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B. When we do this, we get rid of the 2 and 4. We've got A, G sharp, and B. If I want a minor, I flatten the median, flatten the 3rd. So I've got a E, G, B, which gives me minor. The next chord is an F major. We've got our 1st finger on the 1st fret. 1st finger right here, 1st fret. 2nd finger right here, 2nd fret. We're going to have our F note and A note. The open C and the open A make up my triad with the F and the A. The A, of course, is going to be unison. And then the C gives me my 5th. F, G, A, B, C. Get rid of my 2 and 4. I've got F, A, and C. This is an F major. To get an F minor, we're gonna still play that F note, but we're gonna be teeter-tottering our fingers. We're gonna take this second finger, which was on the A, and put it on that F note. So whoop, whoop. We're gonna take that finger that was on the F and put it down here on the A flat, because we have to flatten the median to get the minor. So F major has a A in it. We need this for the F minor. What I do when I've moved those two, replacing that finger and putting it there, I lay my third finger or my pinky, which is just as easy and as comfortable, on the C note. In combination with these two and that gives us a F minor. Also, just like the C, the D, the E, if we play up here, we can get an F minor. Remember this note. So F minor, right there. G major is wonderful. Take our first finger, we're gonna play the thickest string, the C string, and we're gonna put our finger on the second fret for a D note. We're gonna look for our second finger to make a bookend all the way above it, same fret. Play in the middle, not on the middle fretting. Then there's a string in between these two notes, correct? We're gonna reach our third finger and go whoop and grab that. What we're essentially doing is playing a G, a B, and a D. If I had G major, which has one sharp, it's F sharp, which is the seventh, so it doesn't matter to us. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. But if I get rid of my 2 and my 4, I still have G, B, and D. When I have my G, B, and D, if I play my G major and keep my G note solid and replace my D note right here with this finger, just the same way we did with F major to F minor, it looks like this. Whoop! Meaning you're moving this B down to a B flat, giving a major, A, minor tone. Yeah, wonderful. G major, G minor. The next note is going to be an A major. We use that by doing our first finger on the first fret on the C string. It's the thickest string. It's going to make a C sharp. Our next finger is going to be going on to the A on the high G, giving this note and this note. The other two notes, the E string and then the A string, are going to be played open. So when we play them all together, we get A, C sharp, and E. Yeah, that's our major. This is my favorite. To make an A major and A minor, all you got to do is remove your first finger, not the second finger. If you remove that first finger, it gives us a C. Thusly, A, C sharp, and E becomes A, C, and E because we flatten the median to down to A minor. Yeah, hear the difference? Cool. The next one is like a C major, which will make sense in a second. To play a B major, we're going to bar the first two notes on the second fret, meaning we've got the B and the F sharp. When we've got the B and the F sharp right here, we're going to put our third finger down right here on the third fret on the E flat, and we're going to put our third finger right here on the high G on the fourth fret. Now thusly, it gives us a B and a B, which those are two notes inside my chord, and then it gives me my F sharp and my E flat. When I'm doing those two, I mean my F sharp and my D sharp and my E flat and my G flat. So when I'm doing this, this chord structure is the exact same thing as an A major, but played with a second fingering. So watch my teeter-totter method. There's two fingers on the fretboard, my pointer finger and my second finger. Watch this. When I remove my first finger and put my second finger where my first finger was, and then put my third finger on the fretboard to where that note was, I essentially have the same chord. Except for when I scoot up a half step, then I can bar those two, giving a B flat, then a B, then a C, then a C sharp, so on and so forth. So the A major, when it scoots up, becomes a different chord. The F major, when you play it in a different fingering and scoot that up, becomes different chords. The G major, when you do that, becomes different chords all the way up. Thusly, at this point, if you could get through your majors and play around with the minors too, they just move up and down the fretboard, changing the position from the nut to the saddle by changing the intonation, by shortening the distance between the two. Yeah, that's all this is. Then we add on scales and modes and different things like C diminished, B diminished. They're moving passing chords. But thusly, B major, C major, C major, D major, D minor, E major, E minor, F major, F minor, G major, G minor, A major, A minor, B major, B minor. Those are all the chords. Feel free to slow that down up there in the top if you want as well. But all of those are the chords. On the website that you're getting this from, the actual YouTube channel, there are all of the individual chords in 15-second shorts. That's also a great way to learn the individual fingerings for what we just went over. I hope this video lesson helps, and I will talk to you soon. Hello.